An incredible final finished off with Novak Djokovic winning the Cincinnati Masters from a losing position, defeating Carlos Alcaraz in 3 sets and leveling the head-to-head at 2 apiece. What an amazing final. I mean, it's super late here in the UK, but I just felt I had to give you my reaction. It was exciting. It was one of the best matches I've watched live for quite some time, it has to be said. And we got Jose Morgado in saying, what a match. Novak Djokovic comes back from 4-2 down in the second set, saves a match point in the first tiebreak, and beats the number 1 Carlos Alcaraz 5-7, 7-6, 7-6 in 3 hours 50 minutes to win Cincinnati for the 3rd time. His 39th Masters 1000, that's his record, and his 95th singles title, only behind Connors and Federer. And what an amazing performance. I mean, words don't even put this into any sort of context, how good this match was. It sort of had everything. Djokovic was ahead a break in the first set, and then Alcaraz came back. We had some odd calls coming from just like the actual the machine, the technology. There was a fault called during one of the rallies, which came out of nowhere. Don't know what happened there. That's something I've never seen before. So technology proving that's not without its errors. And we had Djokovic up a break in the first set. And I'll just take you to the first set here. He was up 4-2, and then Carlos Alcaraz started to come back. He looked like he was the fitter of the two. Djokovic really struggling with the heat at the beginning of the match. The court was sort of split in two, just down the middle. There was one half of the court in full sun, the other half of the court in full shade, right on along the net line. Djokovic, every time he went for a changeover, he sat in the shade. Alcaraz sat in the sun, but Djokovic was, you could see, he was definitely, it was destroying him. The heat, it was around 35 to 38 degrees Celsius, so hot. And every time he went to the changeover, he had an ice pack all on his face. It gave me shades of Rafael Nadal versus Shapo at the Australian Open. He said that he was feeling heat stroke. They took his pulse, like his blood pressure. I thought, is he gonna make it until the sun disappears? And that's what he was ultimately trying to do. I mean, he lost that first set. Credit to Carlos Alcaraz. He came back from 4-2 down, won that. The second set, that's when it all became a bit touch and go with the heat. I mean, he served 3 double faults in a row, which I don't think I've ever seen Djokovic do, and was looking a bit shaky, a bit wobbly on the court, almost like a bit faint, I think. And when he sat down at the changeover, that's when they had to take the pulse, like got medical people, officials on the court as well. It was crazy. I was thinking, but this is an exciting match which could be ruined by Novak Djokovic just having heat stroke potentially. But Carlos Alcaraz was handling the heat so much better. The shade was moving across the court, and somehow Djokovic managed to find a little bit of a flow state. His first serve wasn't really there today. It was just it was around 50%, it was around 60%. Wasn't finding it in big moments. And then the odd game, he would have a good service game, but it was touch and go. And Alcaraz just gets everything back. Such an amazing tennis player. So young, so amazing. And him and Djokovic on the tennis court is one of the best things I think you'll watch. If you're a tennis fan, even if you're not a tennis fan, that will turn you into one. It was that good. Like the level of rallies. I mean, Djokovic even admits in his post-match speech when he said some of the games were not that great, but that's just the level in the match was so high that there were just some dips, there were some peaks, and both players had their moments. And, well, Carlos Alcaraz had one championship point at the end of the second set in the tiebreak. It was saved, and then Djokovic went on to take the second set. And as soon as he took that second set, we just knew we were in for a thrilling third set. The fact that as soon as we got to the third set, the shade had nearly fully covered the court. I thought, this has surely got to benefit Novak if he's suffering with the heat. And I think it did a little bit, but he's still not immune to the nerves, because he was up in this final set as well. He was up the break, and he couldn't get it done. Unfortunately, he was up. You can see 5-3, and then Alcaraz was serving. He had match points there. Alcaraz, or championship points, sorry, and Alcaraz saved them. And then he had championship points on his serve as well. So 4 championship points, and then he got broken. And then Alcaraz somehow held serve after saving 4 break points. And then Djokovic with a nice comfortable service game. It was almost like when Alcaraz finally held that service game, it was like it felt like a match-winning hold. That's what it felt like. He held his fist aloft, and it was almost like relief. And when he came out for the next service game, Djokovic won it so easily. I think that was a sign going into the tiebreak, to be honest. And yeah, that was all she wrote, because Djokovic took his chance when he had to, and then as soon as he got to 5-4 with the mini break, he had the opportunity. It was brilliant. I mean, 7-4 was the final score. I thought that he played fantastically well, and it just goes to show, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still mix it with the best if you put your mind to it. Djokovic could have had all the chances to give up in this match if he really wanted to, and he would never give up on himself and this dream that he's living. I mean, a 39th Masters title. This is what he said after the match. He said, "Crazy. Honestly, I don't know what else I can say. Tough to describe. Definitely one of the toughest matches I've played in my life, regardless what tournament category, level, or what player. It's unbelievable. From beginning till the end, we both went through so much ups and downs, highs and lows, incredible points, poor games, heat strokes, coming back. Overall, one of the toughest and most exciting matches I've ever been a part of. There are these kind of moments and matches I will continue to work for day in, day out. I was never in doubt I could deliver the A game when it mattered most. I'm just thrilled." And when you see how much it means to him, even at this point in his career, when he's already won Cincinnati twice, he's won 38 Masters before, but he still pushes his body to the absolute limit to go and get another title and keep setting records. It's amazing. And what a video. 23 majors, most weeks at number 1, most Masters 1000 ever, and look what it means. And after the match, a big roar. He ripped the shirt that he was wearing. He threw his racket into the crowd as well for them to have a lovely souvenir. And I'm sure that it won't be the last time that we'll be seeing Novak Djokovic celebrating. And this is what he had to say to Carlos Alcaraz as well. He said, "Boy, you never give up, man." Jesus Christ. And the crowd laughed. And Alcaraz said, "Spaniards never die." And Djokovic said, "I've heard this before. I've experienced this before." And good to see them both in the good spirits. Carlos Alcaraz, also a little bit of a tearful one, speaking to his brother as well that was in his box. And Djokovic wishing his own brother happy birthday. What a great birthday present for the family it was. But that's my post-match reaction. Let me know what you thought of the match. Was it your number 1 match of the year? Does this even surpass the Wimbledon final? I mean, it had Grand Slam vibes for me, this match, and I thought it was incredible. 3 hours, 50 minutes, the longest match in Cincinnati history. And I'm all for it. I hope these two meet again at the US Open. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit a like, subscribe, and join us all this week for more tennis action.